Pakistan's economy is in dire straits. The nation is grappling with a severe economic crisis marked by dwindling foreign reserves, crippling debt, and soaring inflation. A recent viral video poignantly captured the desperation of ordinary Pakistanis, showing people jostling for subsidized flour amid skyrocketing food prices. This stark image underscores the harsh realities of a nation teetering on the brink of economic collapse. The situation in Pakistan is a potent reminder of the fragility of economic stability, especially in a world grappling with geopolitical uncertainties and the lingering impacts of a global pandemic. Pakistan's predicament is not unique, as many developing nations are facing similar economic headwinds. However, the scale of the crisis in Pakistan and its potential ripple effects on regional stability warrants close attention. The roots of Pakistan's economic woes run deep, entangled in a complex web of internal and external factors. Decades of political instability, corruption, and misgovernance have eroded the nation's economic foundations. A heavy reliance on foreign loans, coupled with a failure to implement sustainable economic reforms, has created a vicious cycle of debt and dependence. Pakistan's current government is scrambling to contain the crisis, but its options are limited. The nation's foreign reserves have dwindled to a critical level, barely enough to cover a few weeks of imports. The Pakistani rupee has plummeted in value, further exacerbating inflation. The government has been forced to take desperate measures, including seeking emergency loans from friendly nations and selling off state-owned assets. In a bid to avert an imminent default, Pakistan has been desperately seeking financial lifelines from various sources. One of the most significant moves has been the request for a $2 billion loan from China, a long-standing ally and major investor in Pakistan's infrastructure projects. This loan, if granted, would provide much-needed breathing room for Pakistan's depleted foreign reserves. In addition to seeking external loans, Pakistan is also resorting to selling off state-owned assets in a bid to raise capital. This strategy, while potentially helpful in the short term, raises concerns about the long-term implications for Pakistan's economic sovereignty. Critics argue that selling off valuable state assets could weaken the government's ability to control key sectors of the economy. The reliance on foreign loans and the selling off of state assets underscore the severity of Pakistan's economic crisis. These measures, while necessary to stave off immediate collapse, do little to address the underlying structural weaknesses of the Pakistani economy. The government's efforts to secure financial assistance are akin to putting a band-aid on a gaping wound. Section 3. The crushing weight of debt, a history of reliance. Pakistan's economic woes are deeply intertwined with its long history of reliance on foreign loans. For decades, Pakistan has depended on external borrowing to finance its budget deficits and development projects. This reliance on debt has created a vicious cycle, as the accumulation of interest payments consumes a significant portion of the nation's revenue, leaving little room for essential investments in education, healthcare, and infrastructure. The crushing weight of debt has severely constrained Pakistan's economic growth potential. The government is forced to allocate a substantial portion of its budget to debt servicing, leaving limited resources for vital social and economic programs. This has resulted in a chronic underinvestment in human capital and infrastructure, hindering Pakistan's ability to compete in the global economy. The overdependence on foreign loans has also made Pakistan vulnerable to external shocks and geopolitical pressures. Fluctuations in global interest rates, currency exchange rates, and commodity prices can have a significant impact on Pakistan's debt burden. Moreover, Pakistan's reliance on loans from specific countries such as China has raised concerns about potential political leverage and influence. Section 4. The human cost, poverty, inflation, and unemployment. The economic crisis in Pakistan is not just a matter of abstract financial indicators. It is a human tragedy unfolding on a massive scale. Millions of ordinary Pakistanis are bearing the brunt of the crisis as soaring inflation erodes their purchasing power, unemployment rates climb, and poverty deepens its grip. The viral video of people scrambling for subsidized flour is a stark reminder of the daily struggles faced by countless Pakistanis. Food prices have skyrocketed, making it increasingly difficult for families to put meals on the table. The cost of essential goods and services has become prohibitive for many, pushing them further into poverty. The economic crisis has also led to a surge in unemployment, as businesses struggle to cope with rising costs and declining demand. The loss of jobs has had a devastating impact on families, depriving them of their livelihoods and exacerbating the cycle of poverty. Section 5. Political instability and natural disasters, adding fuel to the fire. Pakistan's economic crisis has been further compounded by political instability and a series of devastating natural disasters. The country has a long history of political turmoil, marked by frequent changes in government, military coups, and social unrest. This instability has created an unpredictable and challenging environment for businesses, investors, and ordinary citizens alike. In recent years, Pakistan has also been hit by a series of natural disasters, including floods, earthquakes, and droughts. These events have caused widespread damage to infrastructure, displaced millions of people, and disrupted agricultural production. The economic costs of these disasters have been enormous, further straining Pakistan's already fragile economy. The combination of political instability and natural disasters has created a perfect storm for Pakistan's economy. These factors have eroded investor confidence, hampered economic growth, and exacerbated the suffering of ordinary Pakistanis. Section 6. A glimmer of hope, the path forward. The path forward for Pakistan's economy is fraught with challenges, but there are glimmers of hope amidst the gloom. The government has taken some initial steps to address the crisis, including seeking financial assistance from international lenders and implementing austerity measures to curb spending. However, these measures are merely stopgap solutions. They do not address the root causes of Pakistan's economic woes. A sustainable recovery will require a comprehensive and multifaceted approach, focusing on structural reforms, good governance, and investment in human capital. The government must prioritize fiscal discipline, reduce corruption, and create a more conducive environment for businesses and investors. Investing in education, healthcare, and infrastructure will be crucial for fostering long-term economic growth and improving the lives of ordinary Pakistanis. The international community also has a role to play in supporting Pakistan's economic recovery. Debt relief, targeted financial assistance, and technical expertise can help Pakistan navigate the current crisis and embark on a path of sustainable development. However, such support should be contingent on Pakistan's commitment to implementing genuine reforms and addressing the underlying structural weaknesses of its economy.